Hello, my friends. How is everybody on this Friday Eve day? I hope you're doing well. I am working to get, here we go. There we go. All right, as you know, working to get StreamYard to go into my free Facebook group. So happy Friday Eve day, everybody. If you're coming to me on YouTube or LinkedIn, drop a comment. Or if you're coming to me on replay, drop a comment on that. My free Facebook group members, I love seeing y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go and make sure that I can see the comments. Here we go. All right. Today, I'm not feeling 100%. Let me just say that. I think that's one of the things that's throwing me off right now. All right, let me get to the point. Today, here's what we're going to talk about. If you have ever asked yourself, does my social media content really matter? And if you've ever thought, how can I get more sales conversions from my social media content, you're going to love the conversation we're going to have today, because that is exactly what we're going to talk about. But first, just in case we are brand new to each other and you're probably wondering, who is this girl that has gone live and cannot get her shiz together? I am Tracy Beavers. I'm an award-winning business and sales coach. Believe it or not, I'm an award-winning business and sales coach with over 20 years of experience in marketing, sales, and business growth. And my story is about 7 years ago, I became finally fed up with my corporate career, and I hatched a plan to exit. And once I did, my business boomed. And back in my second full year in business as an online coach, I busted through the six-figure ceiling and I haven't looked back. And I share that with you guys to give you some inspiration. If you've left your job and you're building as a solopreneur, or maybe you're sitting in a cubicle listening to me right now and you're like, I really want to ditch this job. I want you to know, if I can do it, you can do it too. I teach all organic visibility and list growth strategies. And I've coached hundreds of entrepreneurs just like you to ramp up their visibility so they can grow their email lists, have more leads coming in, and get to that consistent monthly income that we all want. And the strategies that I teach are fresh. They are different. The strategies I teach get your leads and your list growth happening automatically every day in the background of your business without having to run paid ads, without having to create a truckload of free lead magnets. Now, if you have made it to June and you're like, we're 6 months into the year and you're looking at your goals and you're like, I don't know that I can hit the goal I had for this year, we have 6 months left. It is not too late to hire a coach to guide you, to roadmap those priorities and those strategies. So DM me, email me. Let's set a short call to talk about what is it you're looking for your business. What do you need to accomplish in the next few months? And listen, summer is a great time to keep building. A lot of people are taking a break in the summer, and I'm just going to say it, unpopular opinion. People can take breaks all they want, but the people that are taking breaks this summer, they should not expect their Q4 to be good. They're going to have to ramp back up in Q4. Me, I would rather stay consistent, keep going, go all the way through the end of the year. And that way I set myself up for an awesome Q1. So if you need a coach to come alongside you, guide you, help you get to those goals by the end of the year, DM me. I've got elite one-to-one coaching that is a 3-month container where we work together on a very deep level side by side. But I also have 45-minute one-to-one strategy sessions that are only $187. It's a total bargain. It's a very discounted rate just because I want it to be an easy yes for people. One of my clients needed help reworking her sales conversations because for some reason her sales conversions were not where they used to be. In one 45-minute session, I helped her rework her sales conversation. She had 2 sales calls that afternoon and made $5,800. So that's the impact of having an awesome coach come alongside you. All right. If you're on replay, tell me if you're on replay. I would love to know that you're here. And if you're coming to me live, throw your name in the comments and let me see that. All right, so let's talk about your social media content. Does your social media content really matter? The answer is yes, but you might not be thinking about your content in a way that's going to lead to more sales. Now, you know that I had a highly successful over 20-year sales career. I mentioned that in every time I introduce myself. One of the keys to my success was connecting with my ideal clients for conversations. Now, this was pretty easy back then because everything I did was in person. I would meet somebody for coffee, for lunch, networking at in-person events, Chamber of Commerce, Rotary Club, all those networking events that we have around town. So the conversations just happened because we were standing in front of each other, right? But when I began building my coaching business in this online space, I was like, okay, wait a minute, where are all the people? And how do I have conversations with them? Because that from all of our conversations, that's where the sales comes from. Success in sales comes from the ability to make connections with other people, have conversations to get to know them, uncover their needs, and lead to a place of business growth, possibly a new client, possibly a new referral partner or a collaboration partner. The online space is more challenging, though, than building a business in person, for sure, in some respects, primarily because it's harder to find where our people are. And it's really noisy. It's really crowded. We've got a lot of competition that we've got to push past to get to our ideal clients to attract them in. And the way we do this, the way we break through the noise to attract them in, is through our social media content. So your content is very important. The content online is what's going to help us start those conversations that will lead to those conversions. So your social media content is not for selling. Does that surprise you? Your social media content is not for selling. People rarely buy anything anymore just from content, especially if we're talking about an online offer that has a higher price point. Now, I know people buy products off of Instagram and TikTok all the time, but those are products and they're generally less than $100, right? What I'm talking about is our coaching programs, our online programs, our courses. For example, my Business Visibility Made Easy 8-week group coaching program, where I teach all of my strategies for visibility and list growth, is priced at $997. And as far as I know, I haven't had anybody buy that program from a social media post. My students buy after they have experienced me teaching in my live masterclass or listening to my podcast, and a lot of times after having a conversation with me, either on Zoom or in the DMs. And a big mistake I see people making online is posting educational content that gives everything away and starts no real conversations. Now, we do need to demonstrate our expertise, don't get me wrong. So giving some of our knowledge away is okay, but not all of it. Not the secret sauce that people should be paying us for. And if what we're posting on social isn't leading to our list growth or a conversation in the inbox, or inspiring our ideal client to comment so that we can then have a DM conversation, then we're wasting our time. That content has to work for us. We want our content to be that hook that draws our ideal clients to us through that attraction marketing that you hear me talk so much about, drawing them into our list, drawing them into DM conversations. So let me give you some examples that I think will bring a lot of clarity. There's examples of some content. There's curiosity content where you could say, I made one small change to how I write my content, and suddenly people started commenting and joining my list like crazy. I haven't heard anybody talk about this tactic. Want to take a guess at what I changed? Drop your guess in the comments. That's an example of like curiosity comment, getting that curiosity up, getting people to comment. Then there's conversation starters. And you could post something like, real talk, would you rather get 10 new followers or have three real conversations in your DMs this week? And then you have like an A, B, and a C. A is give me the followers. B, I want real conversations. C, can I have both, please? And you do the little finger pointy downy emoji thing to indicate that you want people to respond. And then list growers, list growing content. This is where we're going to give some tips or knowledge and then offer a great guide as a solution. So let's say your free guide is a 1 minute or less exercise that'll help your ideal clients rewire their brain for success. The social post could talk about how tough building a business is, the ugly things we say to ourselves, and how that doesn't serve us in the long run. And the call to action would be to grab the free guide. So with these 3 examples, we've got a lot of opportunities for conversations. The curiosity post invites your audience to comment. You can open up a conversation very easily there. You can take it into the DMs. The conversation starter does the same thing, welcomes your audience in to give their opinion. The conversations begin to happen in the comments, and then you can easily transition those into the DMs as well. And the list grower post gets your ideal clients onto your list where you can begin to nurture them And there's some really fun ways to get your subscribers to reply back to your emails so that you can have conversations with them in the inbox. I've been doing this all year and it has been so much fun. So, do those examples help you see that your content is very important, not only for drawing your ideal clients to you, but also helping you have a reason to start a conversation that could lead to you uncovering the needs of your potential client? Also, a conversation that could potentially lead to a referral partner, a collaboration partner, deepening those connections, because those connections are what's going to convert into buyers over time. So, are we going to say zero? Are we going from zero to buy my stuff in these conversations? No, we're not. That is like sitting down next to somebody at a bar and going, I think you're cute, marry me. We cannot go from zero to buy my stuff. We are using our content to make a connection, to spark a conversation. Through those conversations, we get to know who the other person is, connecting as a genuine, warm, kind human being. What do they need? How can we be of service? So that when we do go to promote, they know us. They know our heart. They know our expertise. And so saying yes to our offer is much, much easier. And if you guys need help with this process, DM me. See what I did there? Very meta. DM me or email me, and let's talk about how one of my 45-minute one-to-one sessions could be the perfect fit for me to review your content, see where you have any gaps in your visibility and in your ability to have those conversation starters, those curiosity posts, those list building posts, so that you can get into the DMs and have more conversations. All right, I am going to go check the comments really fast. Wendy's here. Sheila's here. Rita is here. Rita, I joined your program after a conversation in a DM. Yep. I love talking to people, if y'all can't tell. Quincy from Dreamy Cocoon Sleep Company. Hey, Quincy, coming to me on LinkedIn. I love it. Great to see you. All right, here's what I want you to do now. If you are stumped on what to say, you've never really used the DMs, is what I'm trying to say. If you have never really used the DMs as a conversation starter for business growth, I got you. You go to tracybeavers.com/DM, D for direct, M for message. Podcast listeners, I'm going to put that in the notes. That is a free guide I've got to help you kind of overcome those roadblocks when it comes to having those conversations and hopefully spark more conversions, right? All right, my friends, today was short and sweet. Thanks for hanging out with me. I want you to be here live with me every Thursday at 11:30 Central. I want you to put it on your Google Calendar, set that phone alarm, and you hear me say this every single week. Don't go it alone. Being an entrepreneur is freaking hard. Some days everybody wants to buy what you're selling, and other days nobody can even remember your name, or you're being ghosted in the DMs, right? And if you feel like you are alone, you are not. That is why you need to get into a community of support. My free Facebook group is a great place to do that. It's called Be a Confident Entrepreneur. Get visible, grow your email list and your income. Come join us and get into that community of support. Have a great balance of the week and weekend. And I want you to remember that when one of us rises, we all rise. So that is why we've got to keep cheering each other on. All right, my friends. Let's see. Rita, I'm going to pop it into the chat really fast. tracybeavers.com/DM. But you've got the goods, Rita, in the Business Visibility Made Easy modules. It should be in module 1, I think video 2 or 3. That's where you're going to get way more out of that DM conversation, is going into that training. Okay, my friends, I will see you guys next week.